Good evening, good morrow, and good day, and welcome to another edition of Slice and Dice, only slightly different to what I've been doing so far on the channel, or what we've all been used to here on the channel. So it's been a little while since I've done a live stream, a long time actually now I think about it. It's been, well, 6 months. It's been quite a while. So I thought it was high time that we get back on this. We've been meaning to actually get back to live streaming and get back to the Many Lands campaign for a long time, but it's just been scheduling as much as anything else has meant that we haven't been able to start it up. And it's mostly my fault, to be honest. I've been booked in for a lot of work, a lot of acting jobs and stuff, which is great because it's the field that I'm in and it's what I want to do, but it means that the stream has come at the expense of it. So in fact I wasn't actually going to be available today, which is why there wasn't a live stream planned for today, because I was on set this morning. It just so happened that I was not required this afternoon. I was released quite early today because my scenes were done pretty early. So I thought I'd use the opportunity while I've got some time available to give you a little rundown and little update of what's been going on behind the scenes and what's to look forward to next and what the plan is going forward. So in order for us to keep up the content, for those of you who don't know, we've been doing our A Slice of Dice episodes on YouTube, which is an interview series. I've basically been talking to some faces you'll recognize and some you won't, but friends and gamers alike, people who are interested in TTRPGs, and sort of talking through their journeys through TTRPGs, like when they first picked up the hobby, what they first played, and sort of where they are now. And it's been, really nice, relaxed fireside chats, but it's been really, really interesting as well to learn so much about these individuals, some of which, well, all of which actually I have shared a table with over a game or many, many games, depending on who you're talking about. So we had our first batch of those. They're all now up on our YouTube channel. There should be a link to that on the Twitch page, so you can check those out at your leisure. We're now working on the second batch of 5. So I've done my first interview, which is with Jeff, and I'm hoping to release that on our YouTube channel. It should premiere on not the 8th, but the 15th of March. So 2 weeks today, that should be dropping on YouTube to give me some time to edit that together. We are still taking submissions, though. If you would like to be part of a Slice and Dice and tell us all about your RPG experiences, as well as what your favourite slice is, talking about food is a great opener. It's been so much fun to do that so far, and just to have a general nice chat, really, and a bit of nostalgia and reminiscence about things that you've experienced and some of your highlights of your TTRPG games. If you'd like to get involved, then the way to do that is exclusively through our Discord server. So there should be a link to our Discord here on the Twitch page. Just click the link and that will take you over to our Discord server. And once you've joined, please just drop a little message saying that you'd like to be involved with a Slice of Dice, and I will add you to that very private group, because only a very exclusive group on our Discord server. So yeah, that's one thing that we're still working away on, and that's sort of our main YouTube only series. It's out on podcast as well, I should say. So not just YouTube, but it's not a live stream series. It is very much a pre-recorded series. As for the Many Lands campaign, as was already touched on, haven't been able to get everyone together for a game, mostly down to the fact that I haven't been available on the dates that we should be doing a session. So over November, December, I was actually out of the country, booked on for some work over in Lapland for the Christmas season. It was great fun, but it meant that there was just no ability to do the sessions, not even doing it with a remote setup, just because the work was so intense that I just wouldn't be available. It was full on, it really was. And similarly, it's been full on since then. I've hit the ground running since I've been back in the UK, booking a lot of work, which is great. And as I said already, has kind of come at the expense of the stream. But all being well, the plan is for our next session to be this time next week here on the channel. I say this time, it should be 7 p.m. Next week. So Wednesday, 7 p.m. here on the Twitch channel. There is a TBC on that, though, because, again, I have some pencils for filming, but nothing confirmed yet for that date. I'm hoping that if I don't get the filming doesn't happen, and then I will be free for this, which is a weird thing to say, but really the career should come first. But I do secretly hope that I'm not booked for those days, so that we can get back to the campaign. And there's been a couple of changes with the campaign as well. Obviously, there's been a lot. I mean, since January, there's been a lot going on in the D&D community. I don't know if you've noticed. I made an announcement. I think it was in January that basically I for one do not want to be endorsing Wizards of the Coast and Hasbro anymore by publicizing their product. And so I stand by that decision. I don't want to be endorsing that company. A lot of YouTubers and streamers have made the point that that D&D is not just a brand that's owned by one company, that it is in fact a community, that it's so much bigger than just this one company, and that even if you don't ever buy another product by that company, they can't take the community away from you. They can't take your games and adventures away from you. And they're quite right in that. And so they won't be taking the mini-lands away from us. And as I've said in the last announcement back in January, the plan is to continue with this campaign and get it done. I'm going to curtail it slightly. There was a lot more adventure stuff planned, but we've been doing this for 3 years now, and it's got to end at some point. So in some ways, I think it's a good thing that I'm having another look and curtailing the campaign a bit, so getting to the point a bit more. So once that campaign is done, then we will be looking at other systems, a new campaign and a new start. Personally, there are a few options out there, but one thing I'm definitely considering strongly is getting back to a round the table game. So I'll have a rig set up here in the studio. I've got a table and chairs. We've got space. Let's get a group of people together round a table, and let's have a good old fashioned actual play campaign. Because I've missed it. We've really enjoyed it, and there's nothing quite like being around the table. I played on some virtual tabletops, and I still have some very memorable games and fun to be had. But in terms of, I think for the role playing aspect in particular, and that's the kind of the thing that sets a live stream game apart from any other game that you participate in. The mechanics, the crunch, the combat side of things should be there, but that's not really why you tune in to watch our content. It's not really just to see us roll some dice and say I caused this much damage. There might be a little bit of, oh, that's an interesting character build, whatever. But I think that the roleplay aspect of it and the sort of the team building, almost the side comments, the knowing looks between players, the reaction, the live reaction to things that are going on in the game is much more entertaining, and I think that's much more the thing that appeals to you as viewers. And so for me, that I'm strongly leaning towards doing that. What system will I use? That's still up in the air. I'm signed up for various playtests and looking at different systems to use, and it's an exciting time actually to see what's next. But I could get carried away with that. Let's park that for now, because that's going to be way off in the future. For now, the focus is very much on the Manylands campaign and what is going to happen next. So I would strongly recommend watching the last couple of sessions on our YouTube channel. You can find them all there. I think it would be sessions 90 and 91, just so you've got a feel of what has happened in the recent past in the game. I'm going to advise this to the players as well if you're watching, and I'm going to do the same thing because it's been 6 months. So we need to catch up on what's been going on. And yeah, we will be joining with session 92 next week, hopefully. And a very interesting point. We've got one member of the party unconscious, surrounded by he's just been portrayed by our guest star Jess, who's working for a coven of sisters, and yes, they are witches of some variety, and they are performing something. They have some purpose for him, and I think we will find out more about that. Jess is watching. Hello, Jess. We'll find out more about what that purpose is in the next session. I won't give too much away for now. So yes, catch up with sessions 90 and 91 just to make sure that you know what's happened in the most recent past in the game. A chain of events has been set off, I think unknowingly for the players, but things have been moving in the background. A couple of triggers for that. One, a much more started much further back in time, when a certain item was gifted to a certain player and may have had certain consequences, which we're starting to see the effects of. And even more prominent and urgent is a chain of events involving what happened in an earlier session, sorry, a later session, maybe a couple of sessions back, to do with a certain suspect in the investigation that's been going on. A chain of events has started. So the pace is definitely going to pick up when we pick up the campaign again. And we're going to go basically straight back into a combat situation of sorts, spell slinging and so on. So should be interesting. Let's see what happens with that. But in terms of changes here on the channel, so I said back in January that I'd be stopping all D&D centric content. That includes Don't Believe the Hype, so I'm cutting that for now. I think I could bring that back in the future and have it be just a TTRPG focused series, but for now, going to cut that, and we'll look at it later. All the other campaigns that we were doing, including Baldo, which is our podcast series, and there was a Patreon for that because we were trying to get the videos not animated but have some video, have some image accompaniment. Cut that. That's gone. And all other campaigns apart from the Many Lands are now going to be gone. But we do have, as I said, a Slice of Dice, our interview series. That is going full steam ahead. Very excited for more of that. And actually, Jess, as you're watching, we need to get you on for one of those. If you would like to chat, chinwag about your TTRPG experiences, that would be great. I'd love to have you on board for that. And obviously, your favourite slice to take to such a chat. That'd be great. In addition to that, looking ahead, I'm also looking at getting a meetup of some kind. So, so you guys watching at home, if you're based around London, then or can get there, join our Discord server and check out more details about that. I'll be releasing them at some point, but I have been tentatively asking the Discord community about potential dates that would work for them for doing a meetup style event. So basically hiring out a space in a local venue, probably a pub of some kind, and having one table or two tables or three. You know, it really depends if there is the demand there. If people want to run their games, I'm all for it. I'm happy to let somebody else run a game and I can just be a player. That's also fine at the venue. But obviously, I'll take care of the organising of that event. So I was looking at potentially sometime in March. It might be April now, but I have a venue sorted. I have a place that's easy enough for me to reach, and should be, and it's very accommodating, and as obviously drinks and food available, but they were happy to basically give the function room to us without much fuss. I was potentially looking at this being on a Sunday at some point, and I'm thinking for now that this meetup we'll run it as a one-off, so a self-contained game, and then if people like it and they enjoy it, we might turn it into a more regular thing. It could be like a monthly meetup or something like that. So so those games, that event would potentially be, for those of you who are interested, at the Victoria Inn in Peckham. It's not too far from me, actually, but lovely bunch of people there, really friendly. I was just there getting my car MOT'd and was waiting around for that. Thought I'd have a drink, and then it just suddenly occurred to me, oh, function room, do you mind if I... And yeah, really hospitable, really nice group, and quite keen to have us on board. So if you'd like to sit around a table with me and possibly some of the other party members and guest stars and whoever else, basically friends of mine, around a table in Peckham, then join the Discord server, and we'll let you know the details about that. Equally, as I said earlier, if you'd like to participate in a slice of dice, join the Discord server, because that's where you'll get all the details about that, and we'll arrange a date to do that. In fact, I actually now need to go onto Discord and give my March availability to organise some of these a slice of dice recordings. So yes, those are the things to look forward to. As I said, this time next week, 7 p.m. here on Twitch on March the 8th. That's hopefully when the next session will be. The one other big change I really should stress at this point is scheduling has been a problem for me, which is why we haven't been able to have a session for so long. It also is an issue for some of the players as well, and so unfortunately, like me, but even more so, Marta has been a victim of her own success, and so she even 6 months ago was struggling to attend many of the sessions with Neris, and so we've been autopiloting her, quite a bit. And when we're talking about starting up again, we kind of had to face reality, and Marta reluctantly just said, "Look, I'm not available enough. I'm going to have to pull out of the campaign." Obviously, we will have her back anytime she is available to guest star and come back with Neris. We'd love that, but unfortunately, that is the cold reality. She's off doing amazing things, and some really impressive gigs she's getting. We know that she's uber talented, and I could keep on gushing about Marta Svetek, but she's doing great. And unfortunately, that means that the stream comes at that cost, because as I said, just not going to be available that much. So we're making Neris sort of and Marta a guest star now, so she won't be part of the main party. And as I said, we're looking to get this the campaign that you've been following for so long. We want to get it done. We want to see that story told. And hello, oh dear, hello, Angelique is also in the chat. Hi, hello. Yes. Oh, so it sounds like Jess and Angelique both keen to join in with the potential actual play meetup thing. Okay, guys, I will post something about that in the Discord server, and we'll definitely get to that because it's been far too long. But yes, I think to start off with, I'll run some one-off game. Not sure which system I'll use yet, but obviously once we've got a potential date in mind, I think then is the time to see who's available, and I kick around ideas. If somebody else wanted to run a game, 100%, I'm down for that. I'm also happy to run a game, and I'm happy to hear ideas for what system they want to use. I'm always happy to try out a new one, or if there's a general consensus of a system that people want to play. Also happy with that. So yeah, that's so positive news. We on to bigger and better things, and the stuff that you know and love as well will be continuing in a slightly different fashion than before. So yes, the next session of the campaign should be on Wednesday, the 8th of March at 7 p.m. I hope you can join me and the gang for that. Whatever you're up to for the rest of this week, take care and stay safe. And how do I end this thing? It's been a little while. I think I pressed this.